Hello fans! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the swirling dramas and unexpected twists unfolding in Port Charles on Friday, June 6. From desperate pleas for help to heart-wrenching romantic setbacks and jaw-dropping courtroom revelations, the town is buzzing with tension and intrigue. Let's explore the lives of our beloved characters as they navigate through suspicion, heartbreak, and shocking secrets that could change everything. Anna Devane's urgent mission with Jason Morgan. In a shadowy corner of Port Charles, Anna Devane finds herself grappling with a gnawing suspicion that threatens the safety of someone dear to her heart. Turning to Jason Morgan, a man known for his loyalty and resourcefulness, Anna implores him to join her in uncovering the truth behind Professor Henry Dalton's enigmatic presence in town. Unlike her previous attempt to enlist Jack Brennan, which ended in a frustrating rejection, Anna believes Jason's unconventional methods could be the key to cracking this mystery. Her concerns are deeply personal. She fears that Dalton's sudden job in Port Charles is no coincidence but a calculated move tied to her granddaughter, Emma Scorpio Drake. Years ago, at the university where Emma pursued her studies, Dalton was expelled under murky circumstances after Emma stumbled too close to his hidden agenda. The incident left Anna shaken, and now, with Dalton back in the picture, she can't shake the chilling possibility that Emma might once again be caught in his dangerous web. Anna's voice trembles as she shares her dread with Jason, painting a picture of a grandfatherly professor whose charming facade might hide a sinister intent. Could Dalton be targeting Emma as a means of revenge, or is there a larger, more nefarious plot at play? Jason, ever the protector, nods with steely determination, ready to dig into Dalton's past and present to safeguard Anna's family. Their alliance promises a thrilling investigation, one that could unearth secrets buried deep in academic halls and beyond. Lucky Spencer's heartbreak with Elizabeth Baldwin. Meanwhile, the air is thick with emotion as Lucky Spencer faces a devastating blow to his dreams of rekindled love. Having bared his soul with a marriage proposal to Elizabeth Baldwin, a woman who has held his heart since their teenage years, Lucky is met with a crushing refusal. This isn't the first time they've walked down the altogether twist before. They've exchanged vows, only for their union to crumble under the weight of past mistakes and misunderstandings. As Elizabeth gently but firmly declines, Lucky's eyes glisten with tears, his voice breaking as he asks whether this no is forever or just for now. Perhaps deep down, he recognizes that their tumultuous history demands a period of healing and trust-building before such a monumental commitment. Elizabeth's hesitation is palpable, a reflection of scars from their shared past, including betrayals and losses that still linger like ghosts between them. Lucky, ever persistent, might now shift his focus to proving his unwavering devotion, perhaps through small, meaningful gestures or by confronting the shadows of their previous failures head-on. Will he embark on a journey of redemption, seeking to rebuild the bridge to Elizabeth's heart brick by brick? Their story is a poignant reminder of love's resilience, but also its fragility, as they stand at a crossroads between nostalgia and an uncertain future. Brennan's stern directive to Jocelyn Jacks. Elsewhere, the tension escalates as Jack Brennan issues a stern warning to Jocelyn Jacks, drawing a firm line in the sand. His orders are crystal clear. Under no circumstances is Jocelyn to meddle in matters involving Professor Dalton, particularly where her longtime rival turned an easy ally, Emma Scorpio Drake, is concerned. Brennan's tone leaves no room for debate, hinting at the high stakes of an undisclosed mission that could be jeopardized by personal entanglements. Jocelyn, who has always had a fiery, protective streak, finds herself torn. Though she and Emma have often clashed, their recent truce has softened old animosities, and Jocelyn can't help but worry about Emma's proximity to Dalton, especially given her role as his assistant. The gravity of Brennan's command weighs heavily on her. One wrong move could unravel everything, potentially exposing a covert operation or endangering lives. As she nods solemnly, her expression betrays a storm of conflicting emotions: loyalty to the mission versus an instinct to shield a friend. What secrets does Brennan know about Dalton that make his directive so urgent? And how will Jocelyn balance her duty with the gnawing suspicion that Emma might be walking into a trap? The undercurrents of this subplot ripple with suspense, promising a clash between obedience and rebellion. Sonny Corinthos and Maxie Jones' deep conversation. At the sun-drenched Metro Court pool, a seemingly casual encounter between Sonny Corinthos and Maxie Jones takes a surprisingly introspective turn. Their conversation carries a weight that belies the serene setting. As Maxie confides in Sonny with a cryptic yet profound statement, "We put our misgivings aside until we have a reason not to." The words hang in the air, laden with unspoken history and mutual understanding. While the exact topic remains veiled, rumors swirl that their discussion might center on Brooklyn Courtroom Chaos, whose complicated ties to Lulu Spencer, a dear friend of Maxie's long stirred discord in Port Charles. Sonny, no stranger to familial dysfunction, listens intently, perhaps recalling his own experiences with fractured relationships and the delicate dance of trust. Maxie's perspective hints at a temporary peace, a fragile truce that could shatter at the slightest provocation. Are they plotting to mediate a long-standing feud, or is there a deeper, more personal concern binding their dialogue? The poolside chat serves as a quiet yet powerful moment, highlighting the intricate web of alliances and rivalries that define life in this town, while leaving us eager to uncover the true nature of their shared resolve. Carly Spencer's explosive confrontation and courtroom chaos. The drama reaches a fever pitch in the hallowed halls of the Port Charles courthouse, where emotions boil over in a series of shocking revelations. Carly Spencer is a force of nature as she unleashes her fury on Nina Reeves outside the courtroom. Her voice echoing with accusation, "It was you." The target of her rage is a bombshell secret that Nina orchestrated Drew Kane's dosing with ketamine, a betrayal that could upend lives and relationships. As Drew and Rick Lansing stand witness to this volatile clash, they are crackles with anticipation of Drew's inevitable reaction to this devastating truth. Will he seek justice, or will his response be clouded by the complex web of loyalties that bind him to both women? Inside the courtroom, the stakes are equally high as Sasha Corbin, under intense pressure on the witness stand, is forced to reveal a life-altering truth. Michael Corinthos is the father of her unborn child. The admission strikes a brutal blow to Michael's fight for sole custody of his other children, especially given the scandal of Willow Corinthos' infidelity lingering in the background. As if emotional turmoil weren't enough, Sash's testimony is interrupted by a physical crisis clutches her abdomen, her face contorted in agony, as she believes she's going into labor. The timing couldn't be worse. Had the pain struck earlier, they might have delayed Rick's relentless questioning and spared her this public ordeal. There's no doubt of her authenticity. The anguish is real, and the truth has already spilled out. Michael, ever the rock in a storm, rushes to her side, while chaos erupts outside with Carly and Nina's confrontation. In a twist of fate, an intriguing spoiler suggests Willow might step into a heroic role, potentially delivering Michael and Sasha's baby amidst the pandemonium. This convergence of personal crises and public spectacles transforms the courthouse into a battleground of raw emotion, where every shout and every tear carries the weight of shattered dreams and uncertain futures. Next, we will dive deep into the latest drama unfolding in Port Charles, where secrets, betrayals, and shocking moves are shaking up relationships. Specifically, we're focusing on Emma's daring and desperate actions as she sets her sights on Professor Dalton, potentially at the cost of her closest ally, Joe. With intrigue building around Dalton's mysterious research, Emma's bold maneuvers might just shatter the trust she's built with Joe during his most vulnerable time. Buckle up as we explore this captivating storyline with fresh insights, expanded details, and a closer look at the emotional undercurrents driving these characters. Emma's desperate gambit, a dangerous game with Dalton. In the heart of Port Charles, a storm is brewing at the university, and Emma is at the center of it all. Determined to uncover the hidden truths surrounding Professor Dalton's enigmatic research, Emma is pulling out all the stops. It's no secret that Jocelyn secured the coveted position as Dalton's summer lab assistant, a role that many students, including Emma, had fiercely competed for. But while Jocelyn may have won the official title, Emma refuses to be sidelined. In a jaw-dropping move, sources whisper that Emma resorts to extreme measures, shedding all inhibitions, quite literally be dropping her towel in a private encounter with Dalton. This wasn't just a momentary lapse of judgment but a calculated act designed to capture the professor's attention and steer their dynamic into uncharted, personal territory. What drives Emma to such lengths? Rumors swirl that her obsession with Dalton goes beyond academic curiosity. Could she be chasing a personal vendetta tied to his research, or is there a hidden connection between her family and the professor's past? Whatever her motives, Emma's actions signal a willingness to cross ethical lines, blurring the boundaries between student and mentor. This risky strategy might grant her access to the secrets buried in Dalton's files, but it also sets the stage for potential scandal and heartbreak. Jocelyn's triumph and Emma's rivalry, a battle for proximity. Jocelyn, meanwhile, basks in her hard-earned victory as Dalton's chosen assistant. Her dedication and intellect earn her the spot, positioning her as the gatekeeper to the professor's inner circle. But little does Jocelyn know, her friend-turned-rival Emma is not content to sit on the sidelines. While Jocelyn focuses on her responsibilities in the lab, meticulously cataloging data and assisting with experiments, Emma is scheming to outmaneuver her. Their once close bond is now strained by an unspoken competition, with both young women vying for Dalton's time and trust, albeit in wildly different ways. Insiders speculate that Emma's envy of Jocelyn's position fuels her audacious behavior. Instead of challenging Jocelyn directly, Emma opts for a more clandestine approach, seeking to ingratiate herself with Dalton on a personal level. Late-night study sessions, seemingly innocent coffee runs, and lingering glances are just the beginning. Emma's charm offensive is in full swing, and whispers around campus suggest she's even left subtle, flirtatious notes on Dalton's desk. This rivalry isn't just about academic prestige, it's a high-stakes game where the winner could gain access to groundbreaking secrets. But will Emma's underhanded tactics backfire, exposing her true intentions to Jocelyn and Dalton alike? Gio's heartache, a fragile soul caught in the crossfire. Amidst this brewing conflict, poor Joe finds himself grappling with devastating news about his parents that has turned his world upside down. The details remain shrouded in mystery, but the emotional toll is undeniable. Joe, who has always been a pillar of strength for his friends, now finds himself in desperate need of support. He's turned to Emma as his confidant, his rock, and the one person he can pour his heart out to during late-night conversations. Their bond, forged through shared vulnerabilities, has been a lifeline for Joe as he navigates this personal crisis. However, the latest whispers from Port Charles hint at a crushing betrayal on the horizon. As Emma becomes increasingly entangled in her mission to seduce Dalton, her focus shifts away from Gio's needs. Sources close to the situation reveal that Joe has started to notice subtle changes in Emma's demeanor, missed calls, vague excuses, and a growing distance between them. Unbeknownst to him, Emma's pursuit of Dalton's secrets might lead her to betray Gio's trust in a way that cuts deeper than any family tragedy. Could Emma be using Gio's vulnerability as a cover for her own agenda, or is she genuinely torn between supporting her friend and chasing her goals? The heartbreak looming over Joe adds a layer of tragic complexity to this unfolding drama. The seduction of Dalton, Emma's risky endgame. Let's delve deeper into Emma's boldest move, the alleged seduction of Professor Dalton. While Jocelyn works tirelessly in the lab, Emma seizes every opportunity to get closer to the enigmatic professor. Beyond the towel-dropping incident that sent shockwaves through campus gossip circles, Emma has reportedly been spotted lingering near Dalton's office after hours, dressed in outfits that leave little to the imagination. Her flirtations are no longer subtle. They're a blatant attempt to forge a connection that goes far beyond the classroom. But what exactly is Emma after? Whispers suggest that Dalton's research could hold the key to a major breakthrough, possibly tied to medical advancements or even controversial experiments with ethical implications. Some speculate that Emma's grandmother, Anna, might have a hidden stake in this, pushing Emma to uncover the truth. Others believe Emma is driven by a personal secret, perhaps a family history intertwined with Dalton's past projects. Whatever her reasons, Emma's willingness to exploit Dalton's potential weaknesses could grant her access to restricted files or private conversations. Yet, this dangerous game comes with a steep price. If Dalton catches on to her manipulations, or if Jocelyn uncovers her friend's deceit, Emma's reputation and her future could be irreparably damaged. What lies beneath Emma's hidden motives? As Emma weaves her web of deception, questions linger about what truly motivates her. Is this purely about academic ambition, or does her desperation hint at something more personal? Campus rumors paint a picture of a young woman haunted by a need to prove herself, possibly to her family or even to herself. Conversations with those close to Emma reveal that she's dropped cryptic hints about righting a wrong connected to Dalton's work. Could this be tied to a past grievance involving her grandmother Anna, a figure with her own share of secrets in Port Charles? Moreover, Emma's secrecy extends to her closest allies. Neither Jocelyn nor Anna seems fully aware of the lengths to which Emma is willing to go. This raises the stakes even higher if her plans are exposed. The fallout could fracture not just her friendships but her familial bonds as well. Emma's mission, shrouded in mystery, feels larger than mere curiosity about Dalton's research. It's as if she's carrying a burden too heavy to share, driving her to make choices that could alienate everyone she holds dear. The cost of betrayal, Gio's looming pain. Returning to Joe, the emotional weight of his storyline cannot be overstated. As he processes the life-altering news about his parents rumored to involve a long-buried family secret or a sudden loss, leans on Emma for solace. Their late-night talks, often held in the quiet corners of the university courtyard, have been moments of raw honesty. Joe has bared his soul, trusting Emma with fears and insecurities he's never shared with anyone else. Yet, the cruel irony is that Emma, his supposed safe harbor, might be the source of his next heartbreak. If rumors hold true, her preoccupation with Dalton means she's neglecting Joe when he needs her most. Worse still, there's a chance that Emma might exploit Gio's trust as part of her larger plan, perhaps confiding in Dalton about Gio's struggles as a way to gain the professor's sympathy. Such a betrayal would strike at the very core of Gio's being, leaving him to question not just his friendship with Emma, but his ability to trust anyone again. The potential fallout for Joe is a somber reminder of the collateral damage caused by Emma's relentless pursuit. The bigger picture, a ticking time bomb in Port Charles. As this drama unfolds, the stakes in Port Charles have never been higher. Emma's actions are not just a personal quest, they are a ticking time bomb that could detonate across multiple relationships. If her seduction of Dalton comes to light, it could spark a scandal that rocks the university and draws scrutiny to his research. Jocelyn, caught in the middle, might face the dual sting of betrayal by a friend and professional repercussions if Dalton's credibility is questioned. And for Joe, the emotional wreckage could be the final blow in an already tumultuous time. Beyond the immediate players, there's a sense that Emma's mission ties into larger forces at play in Port Charles. Could Dalton's research be linked to the town's history of medical conspiracies or hidden power struggles? Might Anna, with her own complex past, be pulling strings behind the scenes? As speculation mounts, one thing is clear: Emma's desperate measures are setting the stage for a cascade of revelations that will leave no one untouched. Next, we will uncover the explosive drama rocking Port Charles as longtime rivals Carly Spencer and Nina Reeves clash in a battle of secrets, scandals, and shocking revelations. From Nina's dark scheme to drug Drew Kane to the crumbling alliance between these fierce women, and the bombshell of Sasha Corbin's pregnancy with Michael Corinthos' baby, the stakes have never been higher. Join us as we delve into this gripping storyline with expanded details, creative spins, and intriguing new elements that paint a vivid picture of betrayal, custody wars, and unexpected twists. Carly unveils Nina's dark secret, the ketamine scandal. In the heart of Port Charles, a bombshell is set to detonate as Carly Spencer pulls back the curtain on a scandalous act orchestrated by her arch-nemesis, Nina Reeves. According to insider whispers, Carly has discovered that Nina was the mastermind behind a sinister plot to drug Drew Kane with ketamine, staging a humiliating scene involving a hired escort named Jacinda. The incident, designed to look like a wild night of debauchery, unfolded while Willow Tate Corinthos was away in Germany, leaving Drew vulnerable to Nina's manipulations. Carly, with her razor-sharp instincts honed by years of navigating Port Charles' underbelly, pieced together the puzzle with chilling accuracy, covering Nina's role in this twisted game. Further fueling the fire, sources reveal that Nina, in a moment of reckless arrogance, confessed her involvement to Carly during a tense confrontation at a secluded corner of the Metro Court. This admission, meant to taunt Carly, only solidified her resolve to expose Nina's treachery. The fallout from this revelation promises to ripple through their social circles, tarnishing reputations and igniting old grudges. Could this be the final straw that pushes Carly to unleash every weapon in her arsenal against Nina, or will Nina's cunning allow her to wriggle out of accountability once more? A fragile truth shatters Carly and Nina's failed alliance. For a fleeting moment, Carly and Nina had set aside their bitter rivalry to protect their shared grandchildren, Wiley and Amelia Corinthos, from what they perceived as Drew's toxic influence. Their goal was united: to pry Willow away from Drew's grasp and safeguard the children. However, their alliance, already tenuous at best, crumbled under the weight of mistrust and clashing egos. Despite their joint efforts, including a dramatic scheme to plant an escort in Drew's bed to shock Willow into reality, the plan failed spectacularly. Willow remained frustratingly blind to Drew's flaws, leaving both Carly and Nina fuming at their inability to sway her. The tension boiled over in a series of fiery confrontations, with one particularly heated exchange erupting into a physical altercation that nearly turned deadly. Witnesses report that during a shouting match in Carly's living room, Nina grabbed a heavy crystal vase from a nearby table, raising it with intent to strike Carly. Only the swift intervention of Carly's daughter, Jocelyn Jacks, trained in defensive tactics by the WSB, prevented disaster. Jocelyn tackled Nina to the ground, disarming her just in time. This violent outburst marked the definitive end of any pretense of cooperation, setting the stage for an all-out war between these formidable women. Curtis Ashford joins the fray, a key ally for Carly. With her back against the wall, Carly turned to a trusted confidant, Curtis Ashford, for assistance in dismantling Drew's reputation and exposing his past misdeeds. Curtis, fiercely loyal to Michael Corinthos and harboring no love for Drew, eagerly stepped into the fray. Rumors suggest that Curtis is hot on the trail of Jacinda, the mysterious escort hired by Nina, whose testimony could blow the ketamine scandal wide open. His investigative skills, honed through years of navigating Port Charles' shadowy corners, make him a formidable asset in Carly's crusade. Beyond tracking down Jacinda, Curtis is said to be digging into Drew's financial records and past business dealings, uncovering whispers of questionable transactions that could further tarnish his image. His determination to protect Michael's interests fuels his relentless pursuit, and insiders hint that Curtis might unearth a hidden connection between Drew and a notorious Port Charles underworld figure. If true, this revelation could be the knockout punch Carly needs to turn the tide against Drew and Nina in the looming custody battle. The custody war intensifies, a public showdown at the nurses' ball. The animosity between Carly and Nina reached a fever pitch at the annual nurses' ball, where their rivalry spilled into the public eye. Amidst the glitz and glamour of the event, a vicious argument broke out in a quiet alcove, away from the prying eyes of the ballroom crowd. Nina, emboldened by her schemes, taunted Carly with a cruel threat to strip Michael of custody over Wiley and Amelia, citing his extended absence in Germany for burn treatment as justification. Carly, incensed by Nina's audacity and her alliance with Drew and Willow, shot back with a fiery retort, vowing to protect her family at all costs. The confrontation didn't end there. Later in the evening, as Michael made a triumphant return to Port Charles, darker, stronger, and fueled by a thirst for justice, he walked in just as the tension peaked. Witnesses claim Michael's steely gaze silenced the room as he collected Wiley and escorted him to Carly's side, a silent declaration of his allegiance. When Willow and Drew approached Carly with a so-called compromise on custody, a proposal riddled with unfair demands, Carly's response was ice cold. "I'll see you in court." With that, she turned on her heel, leaving no room for negotiation. This public clash signals that the upcoming courtroom battle will be nothing short of explosive. Sasha Corbin's shocking revelation, a baby bombshell. As if the custody war wasn't dramatic enough, a staggering revelation is set to rock the courtroom and reshape the Corinthos family dynamic. Spoilers indicate that Sasha Corbin, a close friend of Michael's, will take the stand to testify on his behalf, only to drop a bombshell that leaves everyone reeling: she's pregnant with Michael's child. The confession comes under intense pressure from Rick Lansing, a cunning legal mind representing opposing interests, whose relentless questioning pushes Sasha to the edge. Gasps echo through the courtroom as Sasha, trembling with emotion, admits to a fleeting romantic encounter with Michael during a moment of shared grief and vulnerability. The fallout from this revelation is immediate and chaotic. Sources whisper that Sasha's pregnancy is already high risk, and the stress of testifying triggers early labor, sending her to General Hospital in a dramatic rush. Meanwhile, Carly, suspecting Nina of leaking the paternity news to undermine Michael's case, unleashes a tirade against her rival in the hospital waiting room. The tension between the women threatens to boil over once again, with hospital staff on high alert to prevent another physical confrontation. This unexpected twist adds a deeply personal layer to the custody battle, raising questions about how Michael's new child will factor into the court's decision. Michael's return, a darker, stronger force in Port Charles. Michael Corinthos' return to Port Charles after his harrowing ordeal in Germany marks a turning point in this saga. No longer the softer, more forgiving man he once was, Michael has emerged from his recovery with a hardened edge and a fierce determination to reclaim his family. His near-fatal burn incident, while tragic, seems to have forged him into a warrior ready to fight tooth and nail for Wiley and Amelia. Insiders report that Michael has spent his time abroad not just healing physically, but also strategizing with international legal experts to build an airtight case for custody. His presence in Port Charles is already sending shockwaves through the community. At the nurses' ball, his quiet intensity as he reclaimed Wiley spoke volume. Michael is back with a vengeance, and he's not playing games. Rumors swirl that he's also gathered damning evidence against Drew and Willow, including private correspondence that paints their compromise in a manipulative light. With Carly and Curtis by his side, and Sashas' revelation adding fuel to his fire, Michael appears poised to dominate the courtroom showdown. Team Michael is shaping up to be an unstoppable force, ready to crush any opposition in their path. The road to revenge. Carly's plan to dismantle Nina. Carly Spencer is not one to let a betrayal slide, and Nina's role in the ketamine scandal coupled with her threats against Michael has pushed her past the point of forgiveness. Sources close to Carly reveal she's crafting a multi-pronged plan to exact revenge on Nina, leveraging every connection in Port Charles to ensure her rival pays dearly. From orchestrating public exposes of Nina's misdeeds through local media to rallying allies like Curtis and Jocelyn to dig up more dirt, Carly is playing the long game with ruthless precision. Beyond the custody battle, there's talk of Carly enlisting a tech-savvy contact to trace digital footprints linking Nina directly to Jacinda's hiring. If successful, this evidence could not only humiliate Nina but also land her in legal trouble for tampering with Drew's state of mind. Carly's fury is palpable, and her determination to protect her family from Nina's machinations suggests that this feud will only grow uglier before any resolution is reached. Will Carly's quest for justice triumph, or will Nina's knack for self-preservation keep her one step ahead? A storm on the horizon. What's next for Port Charles? As the custody battle looms and personal secrets unravel, Port Charles braces for a storm of epic proportions. The clash between Carly and Nina, fueled by years of resentment and fresh betrayals, threatens to drag everyone from Drew and Willow to Sasha and Michael into its destructive vortex. The courtroom showdown promises to be a spectacle, with Sasha's pregnancy and early labor adding an emotional wild card to the proceedings. Meanwhile, Michael's darker persona hints at a man who will stop at nothing to protect his children, potentially unleashing revelations that could reshape family ties forever. What's more, whispers of a larger conspiracy tied to Drew's past misdeeds and Nina's schemes suggest that this drama is far from over. Could there be hidden players pulling strings behind the scenes, exploiting the chaos for their own gain? As alliances fracture and new battle lines are drawn, one thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital spoilers for every twist and turn in this riveting saga. And let us know in the comments who you're rooting for in this custody war, Team Michael or Team Nina.